Look, I got dressed up for you guys. I look all girly today. I'm embracing my divine feminine essence. But I also just ate pizza, and I probably have some food stuck on my teeth. You can take the girl out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the girl. All right. Hello, hello, hello. You know what? We should like pull cards or something. Kitswala! Oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my god, you guys. Every year, my house, during like this, actually it happens a little bit earlier, I get ants in my house. And they're like all over the place. By the way, a really good fix for that. What do I normally do? Borax mixed with honey and water. Do I do that? Or just borax and honey? Yeah, I think borax, honey, and water. Something like that. And they go right in it. And then they die. I'm good, Kitswala. How are you? Oh my god, I've never seen you. Mark Roman is watching me. Mark Roman, I just saw you outside of your house yesterday. Were you like doing yard work or something? I don't know what you were doing. I don't know. Is that still your house or is that your parents' house? Susan, hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm going to put on this Rob Sankey. Holy moly. How are you? Henry Ong. Everybody's watching. Am I on my regular page? Am I on my Darian business page? Because all these people from my personal page are coming on. Doing very well. Good to hear. This is a really, really beautiful chakra oil that I have here. I'll just chit chat while I wait for everybody to get on. Oh, we got 10 people on. Who's all with me? Look, it's all rubbed off. But this is Confidence, Freedom, Chakra Oil. This is Solar Plexus. Right, that's yellow. Chakra Oil. And it smells, you guys, like honeysuckles. Oh, my God. We used to eat the honeysuckles behind the swing set in the playground by my house. Oh, happy holidays as well. It's Memorial Day weekend for in the States for any of my international folks. But yeah, this oil is really, really nice. Who makes this? Golden Earth.
Olivia's here. Olivia's here.
It's really nice. Kylie is going to a carnival. My brother was just here. I don't know if he officially left. He just ordered us food and then hopped out. She's coming in. Are you? Is her mom driving you?
Yeah.
Okay, why is she
She's just dropping off her clothes.
Oh, okay. Teenagers. Okay, so I want to continue the conversation from the Freedom Friday video for today while we wait for... Bye, have fun. Bye, please text me. Text me. They're going to the carnival. It's like a big deal. Oh my God. Okay. Now it's like dead silent in here. The house, like there was all these people in my house. Now it's dead silent. Okay, how is everyone doing? First and foremost. So I did a video about Hey, Joan! Oh my God, I'm so glad you guys are all here. So I did a video on Freedom Friday today. The subject was how to stop sabotaging yourself. Haven't we all been there? Did you guys get a chance to watch it? Thank you. I was just commenting on my very feminine look I've got going on here today. This is actually, I think I still have the tag on it. Yeah, I do. I just bought it. I had something else on. I had black shirt on, typical Darian. And this just felt more cheery to me. Reagan! So Reagan is the one who asked the question. Although I sort of like whittled your question down, Reagan, to how to stop sabotaging yourself, because I think your question, and there was a couple of different questions that there's like this underlying theme of self-sabotage. Hey, Lori. Jerry, thank you. So what I want to know is, Reagan, you were sharing that you had some ahas. You were also sharing something else. I'm glad you whittled it down. The theme is spot on. Good, good, good. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah, so Reagan, you'd commented earlier on one of the posts. Oh, Kylie's back. They forgot something. We're going to get a rush of girls loud in here for a second.
Forgot my money.
Oh, that's important. They need money.
Bye, love you.
Bye, I love you too. Have fun. Hope you enjoy yourself. Okay, so let's talk about self-sabotage for a moment, right? It's the big thing that no one has been able to crack in life, right? Because we all kind of sabotage ourselves, right? And so it really, what I talked about in the video is it really takes having self-awareness, because you are, hey, Courtney, because you're having to change a pattern, right? So self-sabotage, it's really not self-sabotage. It's really the ego's idea of self-protection, right? Oh, also, by the way, I have a really special announcement, so stick around for that. And if you have to leave quickly, I will put a link up later on. So definitely check back. I'll probably shoot an email out or something. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Okay, so Lori, yeah, I don't know what those emojis are, but yay. Okay, so actually, speaking of emoji, drop the poop emoji if you are stuck in a pattern of self-sabotage. And it doesn't have to be this huge thing like I keep making this terrible, terrible decision for myself. It could be something small like, I really, really would like to meditate every day, but I cannot seem to get myself to do it. Little things like that. Drop a poop emoji. Because you are just shitting on yourself. But yeah, we don't have to call it such a heavy thing like self-sabotage. It's really just about changing a pattern, right? That's your guilty hand. Okay, so did you guys get a chance to watch the Freedom Friday video and how I talked about it? You're really just changing a pattern when it comes to self-sabotage. So if you guys care to share or feel comfortable with opening up, can you let me know what is something that you keep finding yourself sabotaging yourself or not doing the thing you should be doing, or you continue to do the thing you shouldn't be doing? Been there, done that. I mean, I think we all sabotage ourselves on some level. I think calling it self-sabotage, I think we need to stop doing that. You can't find the poo. Okay, the closest thing to it, Kitswalla. Closest thing to it. I don't even know if they have a close thing. I know they come up with so many new, I have an Android and we just got all these new emojis and I'm like, there's mermaids and fairies now. Where is everything? So yeah, if we could first possibly stop calling it loving the same person, knowing it's wrong. Yeah. So if there's this really negative connotation with even using the words self-sabotage, it's almost like you hate yourself deep down. It's like some part of me must really hate me because I keep sabotaging myself. So maybe we could first recognize that we're doing it and then stop calling it that, right? So one of the things that I mentioned in the video was that really what's happening is it's your ego trying to protect you. Really, it's just your brain. Yeah, she found it. All right. So it's really just, you know, so let's say you continue to love the same person knowing it's wrong. And let's say maybe we continue to go back to the same person that we know is wrong. What I talked about in the video as well, gambling and thinking I can get ahead. Ooh. So do you mean actually gambling with money? Like at like a casino, or gambling in life? So essentially what, Jerry, nice. So essentially what we call self-sabotage is really just the head thinking you want to do this thing. Like, this is the logical thing that I want to do. I should be with someone that is kind to me and treats me well. Yeah, the casino. I should save my money. I should whatever. Like, we have all of these logical mindset belief systems that we think we should be doing, right? But then our heart is working from a whole different thought system, right? So the heart says, this person that I love, even though they're bad for me, and logically I should have left a long time ago, I feel high vibe when I love them. I feel high vibe when I gamble. I feel high vibe. I mean, it's really, if you break it down, it's like you basically get high off of the things that we like know we shouldn't be doing. I need an extra bobby pin. Running out of bobby pins here. My hair's falling out. But that's essentially what it is, right? And so the heart is saying, oh, this thing just gets me so high vibe. This thing gets me so high vibe. It feels so good. It feels so good. And the heart is going, no, bitch. You know that's what it's saying too. No, bitch. No, bitch. You know how this ends up. This ain't going to be good. That's how my head talks to me. Is that how your head talks to you? This ain't going to be good. This is not going to end well, and you know it. If you walk into that casino, you know you're going to walk out dead broke, or you're going to crash from that high off of that man, or whatever, right? Or it's even the opposite direction. It goes on the opposite. LOL, yes it does. I think I've learned my lesson now, but I definitely self-sabotage more than a few times. Yeah. So that's essentially what's going on, right? And so, and what I was saying is on the opposite end of it is like, you know, I should be going to the gym. Instead, I'm eating this cookie. And you're just like beating yourself up for it the whole time. Reagan, let me read this. It's like not trusting ourselves. That's definitely a major point to it. Almost like we're seeking validation from the universe, red flags or intervention. And we don't get it if we start shaming ourselves and beating ourselves up. I do it with food when I feel my vibe is derailed. Yeah, so like, first of all, the first thing that is really fucking us up, I never learned my lesson. Yeah, so like, okay, oh my God, like I feel like I could do a whole like class on this, like a whole freaking course on this. So the first thing is that there's an attachment to the physical, right? So that's what Abe Hicks would call living conditionally, right? So we have this attachment. Basically, it says I should be doing or not doing something. And really what you do has nothing to do with who you are as a being, right? And so we trip ourselves. Hey, Heather. So we trip ourselves up when we think that eating this donut, being with this person, going out and gambling is what we need to feel connected. Because essentially, it is giving us a high vibe because we have an attachment to it. We maybe think that it makes our worth go up when we get more money, when we feel more love from a man, when we eat sugar, whatever. Hi, Mom. My mom just joined. So we think that that thing is sort of giving us like a taste of God. I mean, on an emotional scale, primal thinking, primitive thinking, like really no mindset in there. It's really just like we're thinking from the heart center is like basically the heart's going around going, I just want to feel my truth. I just want to feel God. I just want to feel God. I just want to feel God. We get tripped up because we're taught that God is not within us. We're not taught that like if you want to feel high, you want to get high, you want to feel high vibe, you want to feel the best feelings you can possibly feel, they're already in you. And so that's really where we get tripped up that's like the first and foremost place we get tripped up. Okay, the problem is that I've won a lot of times. Why is that a problem? And it is a high when you're winning, but then you can't win all the time. So then you start feeling shitty. Okay, that's a limiting belief that you can't win all the time. Here's the thing about like addiction. It is conditional, but it ultimately is an addiction to God. Okay? And I'm not saying necessarily that you do have an addiction, but we all have addictions, right? And that's where the self-sabotage comes in, right? But ultimately it is an addiction to God, which is the healthiest fucking addiction you could possibly have. We want you to be addicted to God, right? We just want you to know that it's not in money. I'm saying we spirit. It's not in any conditional thing. And even more so, it does not benefit you to get it from the things that are super high vibe. And I'm talking like an attachment. It's totally okay if you don't have an attachment to it and you're just like, dude, I win all the fucking time. It doesn't have any bearings on the worth I have as a human being. I just like doing it. It's fun. I can stop whenever I want. It's no big deal. It's just like when you don't have that attachment, right? Well, maybe so, but the casino also has an edge. Again, that's a story. You know who has an edge is people that believe that they win all the time. That all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's who has the biggest edge. Come on now. Let me tell you something. When we talk about money, I always bring up Amanda Francis in my membership. Do I not? I've talked about her a couple times. Amanda Francis is a woman that I did Spirit Junkie Masterclass with, right? All she does is win. She made $1.5 million in her business last year, okay? And Lori, LOL, okay. She's like, all right, I'm not going to argue with you anymore. Just arguing for your limitations, Lori, right? But she got $1.5 million in her business last year, and she's set to make $3 million this year. That biddy is a winner. Do you know what I'm saying? She didn't let anything stop her. There are millions of people that are out here saying, like, I need to run my business a certain way. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, I'm about to launch something. My special announcement is a launch that I have, and I decided to launch this last week. I didn't do any preparations. I made a website page for it, which I'm extremely happy with. I think it's beautiful, and I did it today, and I'm going to share it with you in a few minutes, and that's totally against all of the online entrepreneur rules, but I don't like to follow rules, especially if they feel like hard work to me, because that's not why I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur to not have to work hard and to do what I love. And Amanda's the same way. She's like, Who the fuck says you have to do it this way? So just because, now I feel like we're totally off topic here, but this is still good. Just because the casino sets it up so that the house always wins and people are beating that into your head again and again and again, you understand the laws of the universe and you go, well, yeah, that's true. That could be true for you. But in my world, I always win. Do you know what I'm saying? And the key is to not have the attachment. Here's where we get fucking tripped up. It's so funny because I realize that I have an attachment to money that is making me, so what happens is when you have an attachment to something, this is how you know, right? When you don't have it, you're fucked up. When you do have it, you're high. That's how you know that you're attached to something, right? Hey, Anthony, how are you? Everybody in my membership can thank Anthony for my podcast because he helped me set them up. He helped me set mine up. Heather, what I am working on is finding what I want to do, what is good for my soul, not what others want or expect me to do. Oh, that's interesting because I'm about to announce something that would be perfect for you and anyone else that is on this path. It's definitely a process, but it's getting so much easier since I have started with developing my self-awareness. Amazing. So the other part of the self-sabotage is the things that we have our attachment to, they tend to have really, like it's been beaten into our head that so much that the things that are really, really bring us really, really lots of joy are really, really bad for us. That is totally a really fucked up mentality. And so what happens is people who are addicts get deeper into their addiction because then they're shaming themselves. It's like once they're out of the addiction, they're beating themselves up because the rest of the fucking world is beating them up, right? So you as the addict, which is all of us, we're all addicted to something. You as the addict have the ability to step back and go, you know what? I am going to clean up my vibrations, meaning clean up my conflicting thought patterns, the head and the heart, about this subject. Now, that doesn't mean that, so the best way to do it is to get away from it, to step back from it, right? For a while. So if you're like insanely addicted to something to the point where you are blind and you can't really help yourself, that's a little bit different. That goes far beyond just sabotaging yourself, right? If you're like dying, physically dying, you are stuck in so much conflicting fucking energy. Basically, it just means that this thing that makes me feel so good, so amazing, so incredible, like fucking Superman, is killing me. This is your mindset, right? This thing that makes me feel so good. So the other thing I was going to say, I lost it for a second, but I just got it back. This is like, imagine if someone were just, if someone were just born gay, or if someone were born, back in the day, if you were born a musician, if you just loved art and you were an artist, that really was frowned upon. Like, you ain't gonna make nothing of yourself. It still kind of is, but not as much as it used to be, nearly. And if you're born gay, and what your soul is telling you, who you are, and what sets your soul on fire, and then the rest of the world, at least this is, again, back in the day, the rest of the world is telling you that you're a terrible person because of it. These are conflicting ideas. But when it comes to, like, nowadays, being gay has been so much more accepted by society. So rather than, like, gambling, drugs and alcohol. When we take away the heaviness around it, and I know those were really like botched comparisons, obviously, but I just wanted to describe the difference of the thing that we love having all the shame around it, right? Or like just doing what we love to do and having all the shame around it, right? So this is a really big subject. Of course, I'm speaking on all different levels of like self-sabotage in the sense that like we just kind of do the things that we just kind of want to shift a few things around in our life. And then also like it can lead into deep addiction. But really deep addiction, I feel as if it stems from harshly conflicting belief systems. This speaks to me on such a personal level. Thanks so much. Oh, you're welcome. Good. If you would like to share how, I would love to know. So let's talk about self-sabotage when it comes to things that we can have awareness about, right? If you are so stuck in an addiction that you are blind, obviously I would recommend a detox from it because you don't want to lose control of your mind, right? You need to be the master of your own mind. And if you're stuck in an attachment to something in the physical world that is so strong that you're blind, you're never going to get out of it, right? So stepping back from things, getting to a point where it's almost like you need to get to a point where you can be lucid. Now, what that means is, you know, when you're in a dream, a real dream, like you're sleeping, you're in a dream, and you realize that you're in a dream, and then you try to get yourself out of the dream, right? That's lucid dreaming. Like lucid dreaming is just knowing you're dreaming. It's like being conscious while you're dreaming. You're consciously in a dream. A lot of times people will automatically lucid dream when they get stuck in a nightmare. And then sometimes you'd be like, okay, this is like, this human is walking around with a pig head. That's not real life. So you realize it's like, you realize it's a dream that you're in, and then you do whatever you can to wake yourself out of the dream, right? It's a bit of an effort. It takes really like, what it takes is absolute consciousness in the moment to be able to wake yourself up from a dream, right? It takes bringing yourself into the physical moment to wake yourself out of a dream. Well, to wake yourself out of a waking dream is the same exact way. So when I say awareness is what you need to begin the process of no longer sabotaging yourself, of releasing and relieving yourself of those acts of self-sabotage, you need to be able to step back, look at what you're doing, look at the thought process, not shame yourself for it, but just have awareness of it. And then bring yourself back into the present moment to wake yourself out of the addiction, essentially. I'm going to read this. I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to talk about my special announcements. Okay. Mostly everyone in my family has been in long-term relationships and marriage and kids by 30. I'm 25. And haven't had a serious relationship, and I feel that my family and others treats me like there's something wrong with me. Yeah, with me, like I'm an outcast. I've been able to see how much this has affected my self-worth. Well, I think it's awesome to be an outcast. I'm definitely a lot different than the people in my family. I feel like an outcast sometimes, but I've also been able to find my individuality through that way. But yeah, all of that stuff is just limiting beliefs. And again, sometimes you need to step away from the family if you're close in it to be able to have the awareness. You have to like step outside of the story to be able to go, okay, this is all a story. This is the dynamic. This is what's triggering me here. This is what, this is the belief system I bought into, yada, 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 right? So I think my dad's coming up. I'm often viewed as an outcast. I'm on my friends since I may have sabotaged most of my relationships.
Hi, is Kaya?
She left.
Okay. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay, love you.
Let's see what piece it is.
Okay. Jerry, could you explain that? I'm often viewed as an outcast. I'm on my friends since I may have, or with your friends, you may have sabotaged most of your relationships. And that also could be a story as well. See, that's the thing is like, we look at the outside world and we think it's what is creating more of what we see, right? We just think like, okay, this relationship is messed up and this relationship is messed up and I must be sabotaging these relationships. And we just continue to look on the outside and we don't really, that's okay, Jerry. We don't really realize that it all stems from us. And the first thing that we can do is like let go of what is happening on the outside and stop trying to manipulate the things that are going on in the outside and center ourselves, get into the moment, have awareness about what's my thought process. Because I want you guys to start looking, and I was just saying this to my members, start looking at yourself as a movie projector, right? What you're seeing out in the world is the movie. And if you want the movie to change, you don't try to change the screen, you just change the projector, right? And so what's being projected is the filtration system that is your beliefs, right? It's a really big subject, a really, really big subject. And I think that it's sort of a good segue into my special announcement. Do you get some of that? Does that kind of help with some of the stuff that you're sabotaging? And I think the last thing that I wanted to say also is the biggest concept that I would love for you guys to drop is beating yourself up about it. Because that doesn't help at all. And that's why you're calling it self-sabotage. And there is, as Reagan said, a mistrust with yourself, right? And so you're just perpetuating more mistrust and really more of a separation. Like to call yourself, to say that what you're doing is self-sabotage is to separate yourself and to say there is a self that I am and a self that hates me, right? And like, I'm shameful for all the things that I want. It's like my heart wants all these things and maybe my head is shaming myself, or usually that's probably what's happening. Your head's shaming your heart. And it separates you. It's like self-segregation is what it is. And so the first thing I want you to start doing when you notice yourself wanting to sabotage, wanting to do that thing that feels like a high, wanting to do the thing that is really just your addiction to God, which is a positive thing. What I want you to do is nurture yourself rather than judge yourself, rather than beat yourself up, rather than say, oh, you're a terrible person for wanting this or trying to resist. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Have awareness, be in the moment. What do I really need? You could ask, what does my soul really need? Or what is my soul calling me to? It could just be something as simple as you haven't been happy in a while and Source is just trying to guide you to the quickest thing to make you happy now. Because it is in your joy, whether it's conditional joy or not, it's in your joy that you can hear spirit better, that you can be connected better, that you are closer to who you truly are. And that's all Source wants, is for you to be closer to who you truly are. So maybe Source is leading you to the casino or is leading you to something, because maybe you haven't been taking charge of your own emotions and your own joy, and you haven't been joyful for a while. And Source is like, come on, girl, let's go to the casino. Let's call that guy. You know he makes you happy. Let's call him. We'll worry about the crash later. Okay. I self-sabotage about my parenting skills. Oh my God, Crystal, that's very interesting that you said that, because I'll tell you in a second. And also my energy levels some days. That is connected to like mom stuff too. I feel like I need more energy a lot of days to reach my goals. I think I've noticed I strive for perfection. Oh my God, you guys. And that's just an impossible illusion. SP, self-sabotage. Yeah, I knew what you were saying, sabotage. So it's really interesting, Crystal, that you brought that up, because I got this idea to do a virtual class on how to manifest your best mom life. And it talks all about the stuff that you just mentioned. And I was just asking people on Instagram, like, if they would be interested in something like that. I was thinking of breaking it into 2 classes, possibly like 2-hour-long classes, probably making it like $97 or something like that, and just doing like a deep sort of dive into all of that stuff, like really touching on our issues as moms, like clearing mom guilt, mom stress, the perfectionism thing, all the stories around what we're supposed to be as a mom, and really just like figuring out who you want to be as a mother, tapping into your divine feminine energy, and then also being able to manifest like your children being behaved well, your home being cleaned, you're feeling stress-free, like all that stuff. Repeated relationships with people with addictions. Yeah, so Crystal, keep a lookout. So I've just asked people yesterday, I think, if they would be interested in that. So Crystal, let me know if you would be interested in a class like that. And we would have our own special like manifesting mamas group. And it's really just about manifesting like your ideal mom life. Like, how do you want your mom life to be? And to show you guys that it's possible to break free from the limitations of what we as a society believe it means to be a mom, and really break free from all that BS. Okay. So ask yourself what you need before you are going to self-sabotage. Stop calling it self-sabotage. Call it a craving for God. Let's call it that. Does that sound good? Okay. And drum roll, please. I don't have a... All right, and my special announcement. This is another idea. So I've been like getting all sorts of ideas, really amazing ideas to bring and offer you guys. So I do one-on-one coaching for the last, I don't know, 3-4 years. I've been doing that. And I think about before I started coaching a couple years ago, I don't even remember, but it was probably around 2014, maybe right after I got my coaching certification, I came up with this idea called Manifest from Your Soul. And I was going to do it in a course form. And I had this whole plan because basically I had coached myself into a whole 6-week process where every 3 months I would do this same process. And I just saw myself doing a repetitive process where I would look at everything in my life, look at all the aspects, the major aspects of my life, figure out what's going right, what's going wrong, what would I like to see change, work on all of the blocks and limiting beliefs that are blocking me from living the life that I do want, or living the aspects of those parts of my life that I do want, right? And then I would do, I do EFT. I have all these energy healing modalities that I've learned over the years and I've been trained in over the years. And so I would clear the limiting beliefs, and then I would start to feed and fuel the desires and the dreams and start to create my life the way I wanted it to. I had a very specific system. And then I mapped out this whole specific system and I started doing it with all of my one-on-one coaching clients, right? So every single one of my coaching clients, we have followed a pretty specific outline. Now, of course, everybody had different needs. Everybody that I coach has different needs, but it's a pretty specific outline. And I've always wanted to take it, bring it out as a course. It is effing fantastic. I'm telling you right now, it relieves all of the stress out of trying to manifest things in your life. And most importantly, it connects you with your truth. And the reason I developed this is because I figured out that I could manifest, but I wasn't manifesting things that my soul really truly desired. Like I was figuring out that like once I got things, I didn't even want them. And so I had to design a system to help me figure out what I really wanted. And was it Heather? Was it you? Yeah. That were just saying that you're trying to figure out what you want and what's society telling that you want. This is another reason why I designed this program, because I learned how to manifest. I manifested a high-paying job when I was 21 years old. Got it like that. I was a financial specialist. I was making $53,000 a year plus bonuses at 21 with no high school diploma. Boom, manifested that ish real quick. And then I realized I was miserable. And I was like, okay, gotta go back to the drawing board. And that was like right after I had read The Secret. And I knew already that I was manifesting my whole life, right? So I've been taking my clients through this. It is so effective. Not only is it so effective, so amazing. I know it takes all of the really difficult work out of manifesting where you have to, like, you're stressing about like, oh, what do I need? It really leaves things up to like surprise. And it's like for me, when I do it, every day something new happens that's just like magical. And it's like these beautiful, pleasant surprises. And even more important, I feel fucking amazing. I feel amazing. And so you guys know for the most part that I healed myself of like a 20-year depression, essentially. It was 15 years straight. And so if there's anything I know, it's how to get happy. And when you mix that with connecting with the source within you and figuring out what you truly deeply want, as well as, I just got a text, as well as manifesting your desires, when you mix that triad together, you have life. You have life. And so, hey, Natasha. And so last week I got this pling download, which is one of the many manifestations that I've been getting, feeling high vibe, feeling amazing, feeling the possibilities and the potential of life. I got this download. Why don't you just do it as a group coaching? And so I'm doing it as a group coaching. It is called Manifest from Your Soul. Now, if you were to go through this system with me one-on-one, it would be $2,220 for 6 weeks with me. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Thank you. So for the group coaching, it is only $777 for the exact same stuff that I'm coaching you with, right? And there's also 2 payment plan options. So you could do a weekly payments or you can do bi-weekly payments. So, I mean, it's just like, it's so amazing. It's so much easier for me to do it in group coaching form, and you're still able to get the same material. You're able to get the one-on-one, which I think it's even better to do it group coaching for you guys because you get to be in the energy with me. You get to be live just like this. So we'll have like a private Facebook group once a week. I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm thinking I'm going to actually invite people in. So let's say you guys, you sign up for the coaching, you're in the Facebook group with me, and we're doing like a live. If you have like a question, I'm going to try to see if I can bring you guys on live with me, because I'm pretty sure I can do that here now on Facebook. And then I can like chat with you. I can read your energy. I can get readings for you. I don't know if everybody here knows this as well, but I had a whole psychic awakening where my crown chakra opened, and now I'm getting visions for people. So I've got this whole new sense of not only am I reading the energy of you as a human being, but I can see basically your soul. You can do Zoom. Yes, I know that we can do Zoom. And you know what? It's totally, I mean, whoever signs up, like if you guys feel better doing Zoom, but with Zoom, that is a paid service. You have to pay for Zoom to do it for an hour. And I wouldn't be able to talk to everybody every single time. So I just figure like I would like to keep everything just in the Facebook group, you know, all of the stuff that you'll be getting. You will be getting like guided meditations, worksheets, little training videos, things like that. But for the most part, it is going to be intense group coaching where we will go through every single aspect of your life. Now, you can choose if you want to focus more on one thing or another, but I will go through every aspect of your life. We will map out everything. We'll go through all of your limiting beliefs. I will teach you tools that you can take with you for the rest of your effing life. I will teach you a system. This will be a system that we will go through that I do every 3 months. And I just reevaluate. It's just a way to reevaluate your life. It's kind of, so I started doing it because the reevaluation part of it, because, Laura Langmeyer, anybody remembers who she is? She was in The Secret. I was watching something on her where it was like the beginning of the new year, and she was like, okay, it's the beginning of the new year. It's time to reevaluate everything in your life. And she kind of went through everything, and she said, okay, what was working? What wasn't working? You know, yada, yada, yada. And that, I was like, I should do that all the time. And businesses look at their lives, look at their businesses quarterly, and they go, okay, what's working, what's not working? So why are we not doing that in our own lives? And really just having that awareness all the time. I think the people that are in my membership will probably tell you, like, we do full moon and new moon rituals, and just being able to like look at your life every 2 weeks and go, okay, what do I want to work on now? And have this awareness about it is so powerful. But this is going to be intense, complete, kick-ass transformation for you guys. And I'm just so excited that I can bring it to you guys. And I love the group setting. I think that you guys can like pump each other up. We can share our successes, our struggles, everything. And I will be coaching you in the Facebook group throughout the entire 6 weeks. So I'm going to be with you all the time. For those of you, I'm going to read some comments too, but for those of you that are interested in doing this right now, the enrollment is ending on June the 1st. That is 1 week from today. So y'all got 1 week to get it together. No, I'm kidding. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask me at any time. Now, you might want to jump on it now because I'm not going to let it fill up. I don't want to put a cap on it right now, but I'm not going to let it fill up to the point where it's like an insane amount of people because this is group coaching. I actually want to be able to coach you guys. Your phone is dying. I need to find out my charger. Okay, let me tell you the website. So it's just DarianEmpire.com/group coaching. Again, the quicker you sign up, the more chance you will secure your spot in the group coaching. I'm just not capping it right now because I don't want to like cap it at 10 people and then have 11 people want to sign it. That's why I'm not doing it. But essentially, I don't really want to be coaching an insane amount of people because it's not worth it for you guys. But just know that it will be capped. Okay? If 10 people don't sign up before Friday, which I don't know. We'll see. So if you are feeling like you want to do this, definitely jump on it now. If you guys have any questions right here, right now, please ask them. Otherwise, you can always message me here, or you can go to DarianEmpire.com and hit contact, and you can message me there. I will be, of course, paying close attention to my phone and my website this entire week because of this launch, if you want to call it that. So, yeah, Friday. Let's say Friday at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time is when the doors will close. I just made that one up. My dad just found a whole program that my grandma bought from her and gave it to me. What do you mean a program? Like a end book. Forgot what it's called. Oh, cool. All right. So if this is something that you're interested in, it is $777 for the full 6 weeks. If you want to break it up, can you help someone with daddy issues always picking the wrong person? Of course I am. Of course I can. Of course I am, I said. Of course I can. And this will help. This course will help if that is you. So here's the thing. If you've got these big dreams, I'm just going to tell you me and my story and why I had to coach myself and why this works so fucking well. Because most of you know I have had these huge dreams my whole life. Huge dream. I mean, I've just had so many dreams. It's not just the fact that I've always wanted to be doing what I'm doing right now. Always wanted to be inspiring people. Always wanted to be able to bring joy and God to people. I didn't know it was God at the time. I wouldn't have called it that. I didn't, but always wanted to be doing my music. Always wanted to be an impact in the public. Always wanted to be a businesswoman, own my own business. I mean, there's just so many dreams that I've had my whole life. I am a big fucking dreamer. But I grew up in poverty. I was raised by lots of addiction, around lots of addiction. I have my own sexual traumas. I was a teen mom. I dropped out of school when I was 14. I was addicted to drugs, alcohol, partying, men, love, relationships, monogamy, all of that. So I have got some of those issues myself. And so I also know I'm extremely well-versed and experienced in the law of attraction. And so I understand those concepts of being able to manifest what you want. But when you have this heavy story that is embedded in you, you have to do some heavy clearing. You have to learn how to shift those mentalities. But here's the thing too, is that they're so much easier than you think. They really are. There is some deep, deep, deep shit. But there's so much deep, deep, deep shit that I have done, like worked on and did clearings and energy healings and shifted mindsets and all of that. And what happens is, it's like all of a sudden this big, huge mountain that was in front of you is like a tiny little hill. And you're like, oh, I can just walk over this now. Okay. And you really transform yourself. I mean, I have completely transformed myself, who I am as a human being. And of course, I have a deep connection with Source, which is another aspect that is so important for me to see you guys experiencing, because I want you to walk away from my coaching not needing coaching. I want you to walk away from it having such an intense connection with the truth of who you are that when you trail off, when you stray from that, you remember so deeply what your truth is that you can easily get back to it. Right? I want to equip you with all of the tools you need to be able to pick yourself up whenever the fucking shit hits the fan. Because the shit always hits the fan. That's life. Things like that happen. But when you're equipped to get back to who you truly are, you know, it's like anchoring yourself in source. Hi, Timothy. It's like anchoring yourself in source. And let's say source is this big light in the center of everything, right? And when you anchor in it, you can venture off into the world and you can get a little lost and you can, you know, have a little fun, experience a little contrast. And when you forget who you are, you've always got that anchor to, no matter how far you go from source, I want you to always have that anchor to come back. All right. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in, or if you have tons of questions about it, please feel free to ask me. And I will definitely be happy to answer them. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is definitely for the people that are feeling lost, confused, feeling like their life just really isn't going the way they want it to go. Maybe they just don't quite maybe feel alive in certain aspects of their life, or, you know, there's just something's just not right. And I think lost is probably the best way to describe it. Maybe even feeling like you've been swimming against the current. I can definitely relate to that one. That used to be me. So yeah, if you're just wanting, like, you understand this concept of the law of attraction and you're like, all right, I get it. Like, I can have what I want, but like, I don't know what I want. I don't even know where to start. I don't even like my everyday life. How can I even think about manifesting a big ass house when I'm not even happy in my everyday life? Or I have all these dreams and I don't know how to get there, and I keep sabotaging myself. This would be perfect for you. So that's it. I'm super excited about it. So the link, and I will post the link. I'll just post it here and I'll post it on my page as well. It is just DarianEmpire.com/group coaching. One word. And again, you can, at my website, you can just hit the contact if you have any questions. And the cart, or the enrollment, will close June 1st, which is next Friday, which means you have 1 week to sit with it, feel it out, figure out if it's what you deeply want. Ask your soul if this is something that is really going to be for you. Ask your heart, is this really going to be good for me? Is this really what I want? Am I ready to take this leap? Am I ready to transform? Am I finally sick and tired of being sick and tired of not living the dreams that I want to be living, or the way I want to be living? Am I just ready to jump in? And if you need a little nudge from me, of course, I'll be here to help you figure out if it's for you or not. Yeah, if you have any questions about that, please let me know. DarianEmpire.com/group coaching. And thank you guys so much for being here with me on Friday nights. It is 7:30. We have now been on for pretty much exactly an hour. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm pretty good. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you to those of you who are also watching this on the recording. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can either message me, you can comment down below here, or go to DarianEmpire.com/group coaching and the contact page and ask me there. All right, guys, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend for those of you in the States, and I will see you when I see you. All right, bye. Mwah!